Hello coders, in these 10 minutes I'm gonna show you how you can use that React uses state hooks in Nextjs application. As you see, this is a very simple setup for Nextjs application. I create a form and I call that form inside my page. So now I can use that from here. So as you see, once I click on that submit button, it's just refreshing because I'm gonna get the name, first name, last name and email, and I'm gonna showcase here on the down, and I'm gonna get that using that useState. And to implement that, first thing first, I need to create a function. So let's just go in the button which written in on submit. So I'll create that function as on click, and it's gonna be handle submit. You can call it any name, it will be just fine. And so let's just declare that function. Now if I just go with that, I can just make that toast dot success, and I will say hello. So as you see, once I written that function, I can't use it. I'm getting a hydration error, and it's because by default Nextjs all the components and pages is rendering in server side. So first thing first, whenever we are going to create that a client side activity, we need to make that component, that particular component or pages as the client side. As you see, now I can use that, but once I click, you see it's refreshing. So I need to just remove that refreshing, so it will be coming from the react.mouse event, and what I'm gonna do prevent default. So now if I click, it's working fine and no refreshing is happening. So now I'm gonna create a several state. One will be the name, and that will be the set name, and it will coming from that useState, and by default it will be an empty string. The similar way, the second one, actually that one, it will be first name. Okay, and I'm gonna just write that with first name, and it will be that last name, and then last name, and the last one, it will be our email, and we're gonna call it at set email. So now remember, just let me get my console back here. So as is the client side, so I can get the client side console. So whenever I am typing anything here, I want to see that in the console, and to do that, what we can do, you see that input, the first input, we can take a function which will be on change, and again we're gonna take that e variable and we're gonna make that log and e dot target dot value. So we're gonna log the value to see actually in the console. Okay, what's wrong with that? Okay, it should be removed, that one. Okay, so now it will work fine. Okay, now whenever I'm gonna type anything, as you see, I can get that one in the console. So now we can make that on the set state. So what I'm gonna say, set name as is the set first name, so as it will be the first name, actually I think, yeah, first name. So that will be our first name, and the similar way we will create that on change for another input, and we're gonna set it here our last name, and also for our email we're gonna put that just set email. Okay, now we have three value. So if we go to the console, so if I just make a log again, I want to see the first name, last name and email. So now whenever I'm gonna type just first John Doe, and I'm gonna make that with john@gmail.com. So now if I click on the submit, I should be able to see that, but I can see that, but remember the value is not removing. So whenever I click, that value should disappear, right? And to implement that, what I need to do, I need to create a value property here, and the value should be for first name, it will be the first name, and for the last name, the value, it will be the last name, and also for the email, we're gonna implement that same value as the it will be email. So now we need to write a condition. We will set that as a console, and also we're gonna make that set first name. It will be the first name, it's gonna be empty, and also similarly the last name we're gonna keep it as empty, and set email we're gonna keep it as empty. So if we click, as you see, it's just disappearing. So whenever you type here, it's gonna disappear. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a message if the value is empty. Okay, so now we need to go with a condition. So first thing first, we're gonna write that condition if the name, the first name, oops, it will be the first name. If the first name is equal to empty, we're gonna run that. Okay, I think if the first name is empty, it will be outside of the condition, and if it's not empty, we're gonna run that command after it. Okay, so we're gonna make that toast.error, and it's gonna say first name is required. So it's gonna give that error, and also we're gonna go with another one, which gonna be, oops, it's gonna be else if, and inside that else if, the last name is if is equal to empty, so there is no last name, and also it gonna give us the similar error. Okay, I think we may have missed something. I'm gonna just comment up this portion. We didn't miss anything here. I'm just nagging with that because the condition will be outside of that parameter, and the similar one it gonna coming here. I'm gonna put it that last name is require, and again after that else if, we're gonna run that another else if, and that one if the email is equal to empty, we're gonna write another condition, and over here it gonna show us that email is required. So now after that we're gonna make that toast.success, and it will be user saved successfully. So now once I'm going to click, you see the error, first name is required. Okay, now again another error, last name is required, put the last name, and email is required, and we put the email. Now user saved successfully. So now the email, we are not validating the email. So how actually we can validate? So now we can create a validation const validated email, and here what we can do in the parameter, we will take our email which we have, and here that email we're gonna take is as a string. So now what we can do, we're gonna return, and it will be string, and inside that string it gonna return that email, and now also we're gonna make it to I think local lowercase, and after that we're gonna match with that, and what it gonna be matched with the regex we're gonna implement here. So that will be our regex, it gonna match it with that, and then it gonna return that actual email. So now we can actually write another condition here. It gonna be, oops, it gonna be else if, that if the email like validated email, and if that email is not validated, also like we don't have any valid email, then also we need to get a condition toast.error, it will be enter a valid email, otherwise it will not pass the validation. So let's try again. It will be John, and we try. Okay, last name is required, and the email is required. Type any kind of email, you see, enter a valid email. So we need to go with that john@gmail.com, and as you see it's working fine. Now we need to get that value here in the bottom, and how we can do that, it's very simple and easy. As you see in the first name, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a span tag, and in the span tag inside that curly braces I'm gonna put that name. I think the name it's gonna be coming from the parameter here. There is no name, it will be the first name, that's why it's indicating that error. So it will be the first name, and the similar span for all other one. Okay, one more here and one more here. So it will be the last name, it will remain as the email. And also what we need to do, we need to make it flex item center, and the gap in x-axis gonna be 1. So the similar class name I'm gonna put for all other two is here. Okay, so now if I type the name as John, you see it's coming here. If we go with the do and john@gmail.com, you see it's entering, but actually it's not working in that way. And to implement that, we need to take another tree state over here, that it will come with that new first name, new last name, and new email, and we need to set that email over here so that we can access that one here in the bottom. So if I just put that new first name and also the new last name, because we need to create a separate new variable, new email. Now if we try John Doe and john@gmail.com, you see both values appear, all the three values appearing here. Just try it, it will just give you a boost to understand it better. We'll see you another 10 minutes later.